Today I am setting up the F2 Ultra from xTool, and I will be sharing my honest review. I'll also be showing what comes in the box, how to set it up, and a few really awesome projects. Hello, I am Katie from thecraftyblogStalker.com, and if you're new to my channel, make sure and hit that subscribe button. Before we even open the box, I want to show you a few fun things that I've already made. This was the starter project from when I opened up the software and connect my machine. This is just a little business card. It's a black business card, plastic, then it etched and it just says my name there. So you can already see the incredible detail that it has. My first wood project were these cute little animals out of 3mm basswood, and they just turned out so stinking cute. I could either paint them with acrylic markers or just leave them as they are and put a magnet on the back. And they are just so stinking cute. One of my favorite things about the F2 Ultra is when it engraves, it doesn't use heat like a lot of traditional lasers like diode or CO2 lasers. And so when it engraves, you don't get the charring. You just get that nice, clean engraved line. Then I wanted to try some picture engraving. Isn't that so cool? The detail on that is just amazing. And this only took like 2 or 3 minutes to do. It was super fast. The next thing I cut out is this layered paper. So the xTool F2 can cut paper, and it can cut it very intricately. I love the layered look of all of these pieces of paper on top of each other, but I just want to show you how detailed each of these papers are. And it cut them out perfectly, and then when it was done, I could just lift it and all of those paper pieces would fall out. I'm really impressed with the way that it cuts paper. I also wanted to try some inner engraving out of K9 crystal, and I got these little keychains. I'm just going to bring it up so you can see the detail on that, hopefully a little bit better. That is a picture of my cute little dog, my cute little Ollie, and that is inside that glass keychain. Now, to do the inner engraving, you do need to make sure that you are using K9 crystal. But I just think that is so cool. And these keychains are fun with the light on them. It really just helps that engraving pop. What I am most excited about is that you can wood emboss. Now, this is just a wood coaster. I think I picked it up from Hobby Lobby. And I wood embossed that awesome little fish on there. But that detail is so cool. Wood embossing like this does take a little bit of time. This one coaster took about 5 hours to do, but it is just such an awesome result. This is probably my most favorite thing that I've made so far. This is a quick unboxing video of what comes with the F2 Ultra from xTool. The box is quite large, but the machine only weighs about 47 pounds, so it's not too difficult to manage once you get everything out of the package. My first impression of the machine is that I really liked the size. I like that it's taller rather than wider. However, that does only give you about an 8-inch square cutting area, which is a little bit small, but if you get the conveyor belt, you can do longer projects. I also really like the dual laser in this machine. It is a fiber laser and a diode laser. So the capabilities of this machine really are endless. The computer cord that comes with the machine has a USB-C on one side, and I love this other side. It can either be a USB or a USB-C. So no matter what type of connection your computer has, you are good to go. You don't have to get a different cable. And it's really important to use the cable that it comes with, because this cable is specially designed to be able to transfer files back and forth, whereas just regular charging cables don't quite have that capability. So be sure to use the cord that comes with the machine. Really quickly, I'm going to show you the back of my laser. It's really important that you connect this hose and vent it outside. Mine is going out my window there, out my dirty window well. The reason you want to vent outside or through a filter is because some of the fumes that come from cutting and engraving can be toxic, so you don't want to inhale those. It also comes with this slatted panel. So if you're familiar with the M1, there's little triangular prisms that you can put in the base of the machine. This takes place of the triangular prisms. It just kind of lifts that material off of the base. And you do want to place this panel so the slats are going towards this fan. Because if it's going this way, the fan can't suck the air underneath the project. But when it's placed this way, the fan can just suck air right through those slots. And last, we have our touchscreen controller that just connects to the side of the machine next to the power button. And this is what we use to start the cutting or engraving of each project. The cutting software used is called xTool Studio. So you will need to make sure that you download the correct xTool Studio to run the F2. To grab that cutting software, you can just go to xtool.com, go to software, and then xTool Studio. You can download it either for Apple or for Windows. I have already downloaded it, so I don't need to do that again. Let's go ahead and open the software. Here is xTool Studio. We've got our Atom projects that we can scan through and find a cute project, which we're going to do here in just a minute. xTool Academy, so you can come and learn all the things that you need to learn for your machine. Custom things, let's take a look at what custom things is. If you want to sell your files. Support and Creator Center. Creator Center is if you sell files in the Atom network. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Go back to home. I can see my notifications up here, which shows the things that I have cut so far. If I have a file saved to my computer, I can click here to open it and open a new project. This will be the canvas for my new project. Then up here is my machine. I am not currently connected since I'm using an Apple and I only have USB-C. So I'll put that in my computer and then connect the USB-C side into the side of my machine. And now we are connected. I'm going to go ahead and configure Wi-Fi so I can connect via Wi-Fi the next time. And now I am able to connect via Wi-Fi, so I can disconnect my USB cord and I am still connected. The laser does have a camera, so you can see there is my slotted panel in there. If we go down this side panel, just to go over what everything is, we have save, click to upload, we can import text, shapes, elements. Let's see what elements are. Kind of just shapes, templates. These are designs already in the program. Projects. This is what we're going to look through here in just a minute. Applications. The AI thing is really cool. I used the AI to help me create the keychain for the inner engraving, and it flattened a picture for me so I could put that inside. My space is just all of the projects that you want to save. So let's go and look through the projects so we can find a little something to make. Let's look at the puzzle. That puzzle looks kind of fun. Make sure that our machine is compatible, which it is. Add to project. There is our puzzle. Let's look a little bit more. I want to look for like a graphic or an engraved something that we can put on top of our puzzle. I can also click up here on this little filter and make sure that I'm only using free projects. Turtle's really cute. It's compatible. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. Add them both to the same project. I don't want the cut. I'm going to turn that output off. I just want the engrave. Copy and paste. Change the size on that. This is going to be a small little puzzle. Center align. Here is a piece of 3mm basswood that I have. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my machine. Close the lid. I am processing on a flat surface. My material is basswood. There it is. I'm going to auto measure, and that puts the design on that material. I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit. Click process. Click start on my computer. It will send the file. And then I come to my touch screen and I start there. And the screen tells me what my time is. So for this project, my time is a little over an hour. My puzzle is all done, so I'm going to lift the lid. You can see how most of these pieces just fell right through, so I know that they are cut all the way through. I'm going to lift up my wood. Bring that over. I've got a piece of paper here that I'm going to put my puzzle onto so you can see it a little bit better. Finish breaking these pieces apart, those that didn't just fall out on their own. You can hear that fan is still running and it's not that loud. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. Here is my finished puzzle, and I think it turned out super cute. I love all the detail there in my cute little turtle. With the puzzle template, a lot of the pieces are really close to the same size, and with the wood, it's hard to tell which side is the right side and which side is the back side. So not all of the pieces went together just perfectly, but I am still really, really happy with how it looks. I think that detail in the picture is just phenomenal. And it was so easy since I didn't really have to do anything. All I had to do was press start. This laser is a great machine for any level of laser crafter. Perfect for beginners, but also intermediate and expert. Because it has that fiber laser, the capabilities of the machine just go up. I love the inner etchings in the K9 crystal, as well as that deep wood embossing. That is just such a cool effect that I can't get with any of my other lasers. My biggest downside to this laser is the cutting area. 8 inches square of cutting area really isn't that big. Of course, you can go longer with the conveyor, but that is also an added expense. So I really wish it had a bigger cutting area. But in order to have a bigger cutting area, the machine itself would have to be bigger as well. So that's one of those give and take areas. Would you rather more cutting area or it take up less space? My final verdict of the xTool F2 Ultra is that this is really a great laser machine. I don't think that anyone would really be disappointed with this machine's capabilities. Some items do take a little bit longer to make, but to get faster products, you need higher wattage, which then makes the machine even more expensive. So I think the value of this machine is really great. And all of the projects in my head of all the things I can make are just so exciting. Let me know what you would make with the F2 Ultra. With all of the fun capabilities, really the options are endless. Thank you for joining me today. And if you're looking for more crafting inspiration, make sure to visit my website, thecraftyblogStalker.com. There I have loads of free tutorials as well as SVG files for cutting machines. And of course you can also find me on the social medias at the Crafty Blog Stalker. Thanks everyone. Bye and happy crafting.